Our lives, all right? From our lower self to our higher selves. Islam?
Islam.
All right, let's see. All right, I'm trusting that we know what primogeniture is. I'm trusting that we're going to study what this is. We're going to know what this is. We're going to be this. Because that document says so. It's an affidavit. All right? Islam.
Islam.
What is the divine constitution and bylaws of the Moorish Holy Temple of Science? Now, one of the first precepts on that is that the chairman, the grand chief and the chairman are empowered to make law and enforce law. Now, that was supposed to be their position, and that was the answer to your question, why in 1954 they didn't do it. They are to make law and to enforce law. There was nobody to do it. Nobody did it. And by us declaring our nationality, being Bays and L's make law, and Bays enforce it. Know who you are. Know thyself. So let's get on with these things. It's 1954. How many years ago was that? Come somebody, quick. 63 years ago. And we're still in the same position that we are 63 years ago. I don't think it's that badly, because if I'm to go about on what's on YouTube and I'm seeing all these Moors proclaiming and saying, as his little brother, it's just 48 seconds long. He says, know the land, know the law. He demonstrates. It's like 48 seconds long. You're not, this is the Nile, this is Africa, this is your home. You never traveled over here. What are we? We're descendants of Moroccans and born in America. And that document, the Circle 7, demonstrates that they primogeniture, our ancient ancestors. So we were always here. And like I say, we've been given the flim flam, the bamboozle. I don't know what else that Malcolm said. A whole lot of, we've been tricked, hoodwinked, and we've been under the tribulation of belief, Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, Tooth Fairy, all these, let's grow up. Islam, question?
Yeah, it took me 30 years to find that out.
Give me the mic. They got some water.
Yeah. Islam. It took me 30 years to find out what's really going on. It always starts home. We take a village to raise a child, and the village is not talking.
Right. Look like the sickness in the back again.
Either they know or they don't want to talk.
Islam.
And I keep referring to this as an affidavit. Chapter 23. I use that quite a bit, but I've been going to the temple and humbling myself. Yeah, I'm PO'd at the management of the temples. I'm really PO'd, but it makes me stronger. As you say, a soldier never knows his strength until he meets his foe. So I'm going in there and I'm listening to their arguments, and each time they come up with an argument, I go home, study it, come back, so that I can refute it, rebut it, or add to it.
Islam.
Because this is the temple is a university. It is a school. That's how Drew Ali set it up in the first place. Just because it's under poor management doesn't change what it is.
Islam.
Drew Ali was a sultan. He was a lawman. So, you know, a lot of things that I'm reading in here and understanding, he says you got to have the approval of Drew Ali in order to continue to do the things that you're doing. I said, Drew Ali done passed form. He ain't passed form. There he is right here.
Islam.
There he is right here.
Islam.
You know, and he's in other books too, you know. I just brought two of them, but he's in other books too. Pamphlets, the Moorish literature. He's in there.
Islam.
In the prophecies and oral statements, he's in there. He ain't went nowhere, he's right there. So that's how I perfect myself. You know, yeah, it's sometimes, yeah, but see, like, I gotta, as the book says, I have to circumscribe my passions and desires. And I've been learning how to do that because I'm just going to give you a personal or anecdotal relation. You know, I was getting ready to board a bus, and my eyes aren't that great, and I couldn't see what it said on the sign. You know, and the bus driver says, "Can't you read?"
Wow.
Normally, I would have been done cussed him out. You know, that was the old me.
Lower self.
Yes, lower self. I would have said all kinds of things that he wasn't but a child of, you know, the Most High. I would have been doing that. But I said, no, I got to circumscribe my passions and desires because it is the making of me, the mastering of me that is necessary here, not of him. He's just giving me a test. Can I pass the test with an A? Where am I going to flunk this test? I got to pass this test because I don't want to repeat this cycle again. I personally don't want to repeat this cycle again. I've been here 7 times before. I don't want to repeat this. I'm trusting that I'm getting it right this time.
Islam.
Islam?
Islam.
Because it says, blessed are the pure in heart, for they will give love and not demand love in return. So I'm going to give love. I ain't going to demand it. You know, I like it. You know, and I ain't going to say I ain't going to like the love in return. But it's incumbent upon me. It's just me. As the person says, it's just me and my Calvins. You know, and me and my Calvins. There ain't nothing else. Just, as the other thing is the weight of the feather. Can I go up there on, you know, on the scale? And will my heart be measured against the feather? You know?
Islam.
If my heart can't be measured against the feather, then I will be back here again. I don't want to do this again. Personally, I do not. I've had it. Like I said, I went into those dismal crypts. I did go. I don't think I want to go there again.
Islam. Islam.
I've been there, done that, bought a t-shirt, cup, and all that other kind of stuff. You know, I don't want to repeat that. That's why law, and love is the savior of us all. Islam?
Islam.
All right. Did we get? Well, I'm expecting everyone to at least know what the divine constitution is and bylaws of the Moorish Holy Temple of Science, although they say the Moorish Science Temple of America. However, they also say part and partial, you know. Parcel, not part and partial. But, you know, that's for me to still work on because, you know, I think Robin says, he says, the young Moors will come in there, unseat them old Moors, and take their places in the front, put them old Moors in the back. You know, that's the whole thing, you know? Mm-hmm. And I've been working at it, but it ain't easy. It ain't easy. It's like they're really dug in, you know, and then that demonstrates that they're committing crimes too because because I was looking up the word crime. It's going against the maxims of law, all right? And so the maxim of law says that you must have a press, you must have a school, you must have a women's organization, you must have a business, it must act as a regency. So who's in violation of the law? I'm speaking battle against the flag. No, I'm not speaking battle against anything. I'm just demonstrating that what you're calling a flag is a banner. It's not a flag, it's a banner. Banner of amity and commerce. Islam, go ahead.
Crime, a positive or negative act in violation of penal law, an offense against the state. Oh, that's the case law.
All right, offense against the state, the status as us as human beings, as being a proper person, in personam, jurisdiction. You know, Islam.
Islam.
All right, so I'm trusting that we are growing into these questions so that we can be who we say we are. Islam?
Islam.
So that, you know, you won't be asking me questions, you'll be asking questions of yourself. How can I solve this problem? How do I go and deal with this problem? Because here it is. It's been laid out for me how I can solve these problems. You've got to tailor things, of course. Things have to be tailored because each one is a little bit different. Because, what does it say? A man is truth strangely mixed. No, man is false. No, how's it? Falsehood and truth strangely mixed. Man is truth and falsehood strangely mixed. And this battle that we're doing, it can't be told in words necessarily. You know, it cannot be told in words. I didn't know that I was going to go through those things that I went through. You know, I did not. But
Islam.
I did.
Islam.
But like I said, I wanted to be seasoned. I wanted to know these things. I wanted to do like Yeshua said in the Mysteries of the Silent Brotherhood, to be able to support people.
Question.
Islam.
So when you were like going through your experiences, we know that our documents and writs and affidavits precede us before we get there. And then we know we're dealing with people who use legalese and arts of words and all those things.
Mm-hmm.
And they say silence can either be consent, but I've also heard it being used in another way as well as power, position of power. You say what you need to say and then be silent.
Right.
Stand mute. So how do you know when that's the time to do that?
All right.
Because then they try to bait you again.
All right. But see, like, they've already given you a clue. Anything you say and do
Can and will be
used against you. So don't give them anything that will be used and said against you in the court of law. Don't give them that, all right? So that's when you're silent. Don't let them prepare a case, a suit, so that they can bring it up with all these charges, because the charge is going into the ancestral estate account. You don't want to give them anything. You're silent in that moment. And then when you speak up, it's that you're declaring yourself.
Islam.
You know, like I say, this is the guide. If you read this guide, if you read these instructions, and observe these instructions, observe these laws, like I say, ignorance of the law is no excuse. If you observe these laws, he's just about answered everything that we could have possibly gone through in this time. He's a prophet. He saw these things ahead that we were going to be confronted with, all right? He saw these things. And he prepared the way. Because like it says, the master has gone that way, so it's been clear cut. And all who go that way know that he has gone that way. It's clear. So like I say, exercise your five senses. By reading these documents, knowing these documents, putting on your dial plate, be that what you say you are. Islam?
Islam.
I don't know, how long is long? What time is it now?
That's it. That's it.
That's it?
9:28.
What,
7 o'clock.
10 minutes, or is that it? Wrap it up?
10 up. That's it.
All right,
In closing.
Go till 10:30 actually.
Woo. No.
next year, you said?
In closing.
But anyway, I've gone over the questions in Unit 1. There is questions Lot 2, Lot 1, Lot 2, Lot 5, 6, 7, 9, 12, yeah, it goes up to 12. It goes up to 12, all right? And like I say, this is an open book test. Test yourselves. Test yourselves. This is our time as Moors to march on. Don't be, we want to be evenly yoked. We don't want to have to drag somebody because we're not evenly yoked if we have to drag somebody. So study. When you've studied well and yes, what to study next? Study yourselves. Islam Moors.
Islam.